Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. For today, we're going to be continuing our segment of NBA news and rumors, focusing on September 23rd. With NBA training camp starting very soon, there are so much rumors about teams developing the roster. There are some positives and there are some negatives. And in this video, I'm going to be covering every single thing that's important for you to stay updated. So if you're a big NBA fan and you want to know what's going on in the league, you're going to love this. Just quickly, I just want to say I'm relaunching my Patreon page, so if you want fantasy basketball advice, want to be part of the Easy Buckets Discord community, check out the link in the description. Everything you'll find is there. I would love for you guys to be a part of my Easy Buckets community. Just to give a quick shout out to our current Patreon member, thank you so much, Jerushan Mariatasan, for supporting the channel. I appreciate everything done so far. Jerushan has been a part of the Patreon page for over a year now. Thank you so much, Jerushan, and I want to see more of you guys be a part of that soon. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about NBA news. The first topic for today is focused on the Lakers. We're getting a lot of reports about what their future is gonna look like. The Lakers have been one of the busiest teams this offseason. They literally went into the offseason having 5 players on their roster. They have a lot of new players and expectations right now are super high for them. With the Lakers having a lot of positive attention, as of right now, there are some negative attention when it comes to LA fans. This is the report. Some LA fans express frustration over latest rumors. Let me explain. As I make this video, the Lakers have 13 players on their roster, which means going into training camp, they're gonna try to finalize their team with 2 more players. If you look at the Lakers roster and study it deeply, you can tell a big flaw has to be their age. They're one of the oldest teams in the NBA, and with NBA fans believing a championship team needs good young players and of course a balance, the Lakers might just be too old. Carmelo Anthony himself has expressed this. You can tell by looking at every single player on the Lakers roster. Most of them are over the age of 33, which puts them as one of the oldest teams in the league. Of course, with age, a lot of experience comes, veteran leadership, and other aspects to the game, but sometimes when it comes to injuries, being healthy, some NBA fans, especially Laker fans, are starting to get worried. The rumors that LA fans are worried about is that right now when it comes to finalizing their training camp roster, the Lakers are targeting players like Monte Ellis, Darren Collison, and not targeting younger players. They're targeting players that have not even been in the NBA over the past few seasons. Instead, Laker fans want them to focus on younger players. So this is where you Laker fans come in. Do you believe it's a good idea they're targeting veteran players, older players, or do you believe now they should be targeting younger players because they already have older players? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. The next big report is about Rob Pelinka, and Rob Pelinka says the Lakers will likely enter the season with their 15th roster spot open and are trying to finalize a decision on their 14th roster spot before training camp begins on Tuesday, September 28th. I just mentioned earlier, they have 13 players, and from what it sounds like, they're gonna sign one more in the next few days and then keep that 15th final spot open. Rob Pelinka also says that LeBron James has slimmed up coming into the season. He says being leaner should translate to more explosiveness for James, who is starting season number 19 of his career and will turn 37 in December. I'm just gonna say this, even though LeBron is getting a little bit older, I still believe he is one of the best players in the league, no matter his age. Age is just a number for the king. Rob Pelinka also says this: it just feels like this group realizes that everyone will have to set a selfish desire aside for the realization of the team's success, and that LeBron is leading that mentality so far this offseason. From what I'm getting, LeBron might be taking a step back and giving the keys more to Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. This is what I'm reading, and of course all the other players like Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan, Carmelo, and of course Rondo, these guys have to step down and just simply be a star in their role. More news for you Laker fans out there. Rob Pelinka on the team's plan heading into the offseason. 3 primary goals and objectives: add playmaking, shooting, and 2 rebounding defensive centers. This was the Lakers' plan heading into the offseason, and oh boy, did they do that. For playmaking, they got Westbrook. For shooting, they got Wayne Ellington, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, and 2 rebounding defensive centers. They got Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan. The Lakers so far have done according to their plan. And the last Laker news is focusing on Anthony Davis, and this is Rob Pelinka praising AD. He said AD is a quiet worker and joked that he adding wedding singing to his skill set. Pelinka said AD's primary goals is to win a championship and to be most dominant and the best two-way player in the game. I say this so many times. Last year, I wanted to see more from AD. AD simply underperformed last year, and this season, AD, you gotta step up, man. Be the old AD we all knew. Next up, we're going to be talking about Ben Simmons, a big topic in the NBA right now. And from what we are hearing, Ben Simmons is projected to be traded by next week. By training camp, Ben Simmons is going to be on a new roster. This is the big report we're hearing right now. And of course, Philly fans are worried, but at the end of the day, you do want this drama to go away. So maybe a trade is the best thing to happen. On the side note, when talking about Ben Simmons' teammate of Joel Embiid, Embiid believes that Ben Simmons' situation can be fixed. This is the report. Though it doesn't look good right now, the Sixers continue to insist that their preferred outcome at this point is to bring Simmons back. Embiid has publicly stumped for Simmons and privately insisted they can turn this around if they can simply get him back in the gym and around the team. So, in yesterday's report, we heard that Doc Rivers is trying, and now we're hearing that Joel Embiid is trying. So, they're gonna try to bring Ben Simmons back, but if Ben says no, a trade is going to be happening next week. Sticking to the topic of Joel Embiid, we got some good news for Embiid fans out there that apparently Embiid has fully recovered from his injury in last year's NBA playoffs. He was dealing with multiple injuries actually, but during this past summer, his rehab went well and now he's listed as a full go going into next season. And of course, we'll have a normal preseason load. This is great news for Embiid and Philly fans. Next up, we're going to be shifting towards another center in the NBA of Karl Anthony Towns, and this is the report that KAT trade requests is unlikely. The report says there are no indications that he is ready to go that route. When talking about Minnesota with KAT, they have not made the playoffs in a long time and have not really been competitive. And some question if trading KAT is going to be the future for their franchise. But from what this is saying, I do believe they're trying to build around KAT, Anthony Edwards, and of course D'Angelo Russell. Moving on, we're going to be talking about the Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins, and this has to do with COVID-19. The report says Andrew Wiggins is against taking the vaccine. The report says there's increasing concern among the Warriors about the early season availability of starting small forward Wiggins, who has declined to get vaccinated against the coronavirus. So I do believe right now the NBA is making rules where NBA players should be vaccinated or something like that. But Wiggins is saying he does not want to get vaccinated. So I wonder how the NBA is going to move forward with this. Will Wiggins be able to play? Will all NBA players who does not take the vaccine be able to play? This is definitely a big conversation we have to keep an eye on to see what Adam Silver and the NBA moves forward with. Next up, we're going to be talking about Steph Curry and how right now he is praising someone in the NBA. He is praising Darius Garland and says he's going to be a flat-out star. I talked to Steph a couple weeks ago and I was asking him about young players he might have reached out to, and guess who he said? Darius Garland. Darius Garland, he loves Darius Garland a lot. He thinks that kid is gonna be a flat-out star. In my previous videos, I've said that Darius Garland is gonna have a big breakout year this year. The Cavs got a lot of new front court players to simply elevate his playmaking abilities. So Darius Garland, this year, potential breakout star. Steph believes it, and I even believe it. Next up, we're going to be talking about Russell Westbrook. Just a fun fact for you guys. If you guys are big in the entertainment industry and want to watch documentaries, Russell Westbrook is producing a documentary of which he's the subject. And of course, I do believe it's going to be about his life. It's going to be called Passion Play Russell Westbrook. So if you guys want to keep an eye on that, it's going to be airing on October 15th. Stay tuned for that. And the last report today is talking about the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls have exercised their fourth-year option on guard Kobe White and third-year option on Patrick Williams. By exercising their options, both players will be under contract with the Bulls for the 2023 season. Guys, the Bulls this year made a lot of offseason moves, and now they're making future moves to benefit their roster. Great news for Bulls fans. I love this report as well. So yes, guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the NBA news as of September 23rd. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Did I miss any important news? If I did, put it down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!